Well, hey friends, welcome back to Watavue Mountain. As you can see, you guessed it, we're back at the mountain today, so you know it's going to be a great day. A little overcast, cloudy. We're expecting some rain this afternoon. I think it's about 40 degrees right now, so it's beautiful. A little windy, but a great day. We're at the mountain. So what are we doing today? What's the task at hand today? Yep, you guessed it. It's been way too long that all this wood has been sitting here waiting to get put onto this pole barn. So the plan today, let's get this pole barn finished up. So first things first, enough of me jabbering. Thanks for coming, thanks for checking us out. If you like this video, check out some of our other videos. Then hit like, hit subscribe, hit the little bell icon so you know when we post new content. And you'll hear me say it 100 times if once. We're absolutely blessed to be able to share this journey with you. So thanks for coming along with us. Get yourself something to drink, something nice and warm, because I'm sure it's chilly wherever you are. And let's get to busy. Okay, so first things first, this stuff's been sitting here for a couple months. As you can see, the leaves are piled up on this wood here. The pile of wood that's inside the pole barn that's actually there, there's a tarp in there the squirrels have been helping themselves to for insulation, and then they've been building nests inside that pile of wood. And we'll take some pictures, or try to, and throw them in here for you. So first things I got to do is blow all this stuff off, because there's two things I don't want to run across when I'm picking up wood. The first is a bunch of squirrels, and the second is a bunch of snakes, because typically where there's squirrels, there's going to be snakes. Now thankfully it's cold, the snakes are going to be moving slow, but I still don't want to run across any, and if I do, I want to be able to see them before I almost touch them. So I brought the blower. I'm going to get all this stuff cleaned up, and then we'll start get everything else set up, and then we'll start cutting down some wood. Cutting up some wood, not down, cutting up. So what we're gonna do now, so these sides take a lot of time because I have to cut around these purlins. So just in the interest of saving some time, I'm trying to get this somewhat closed in today because we're expecting rain here in a few hours. We're gonna throw these 8-foot sections on the back, and then we have some clear plastic roofing to put on the top half. So because we're on an incline here that you can tell, eventually I'm gonna start filling this in. So this backside, we're going to have it up about a foot off the ground, the bottom of the 8-foot boards. So we're going to start a foot high, so we're really going to go to 9 feet, and then we'll have 4 feet of clear plastic up on top. So as you'll see, I'm going to take that same block I was using the space before, but I'm going to turn it long ways, and we'll do that. So enough of me jabbering. Let's get busy. All right, so right here is 8 feet. So I'm gonna make a line there, but then we're gonna split the difference here. So I still have half this board that goes across here to connect the plastic to, which again, you'll see here in just a minute. gonna record this up top, but as you can tell, it was already enough arms and legs and harebrained idea as it was. So just so you can see what we're talking about up top, right? I had to split these boards in half. I'll come back, I'll probably have to nail these a little bit better because this board has to have somewhere to butt up to also. So that board there, and you see it's a little bit higher than that 11-inch spacer, but it's level. So level is more important than exact spacing. Then we're gonna nail it in. And there you go. And then we're gonna go to the other side and do the same thing and try to get it level. So there you go. If you look at the bubble, you see we're nice and level right there. Still level, yep. A little too close, a little weak on the hammering. All good. Now this will be much easier to cut these ends off. But I'll wait till we put the other sides up. Oh, we still got one more to do right here in the middle. How'd we forget this guy? So let's measure this 4 foot out. We'll move back to the other camera. We'll get this 4 footer put up. So we brought the miter saw. This is not a sliding miter saw. Is that what it's called? Where it goes back and forth. So there's going to be a little extra work on these 12-inch boards because this is won't do a 12-inch cut. But what we're going to do now is we're going to square off these 1x12s so that we can get them hung up on all those boards that we just put up. So real simple. I already checked this end for square down here. I know that end is already cut square. So what I'm going to do is come down to this end. Come on over here, baby. Over here. And as you can see, I already made my mark. Right there is 8 feet. And then I flip my square over, my speed square, 8 feet, double, right? Measure twice so you can only cut once. So we're at 8 feet. So I'm gonna slide this board back and then we're gonna cut it. That's it. So we're gonna repeat this about, I don't know, 24 times, and then we'll start getting these boards hung up. said I was the sharpest tool in the shed. You saw me struggling with this miter saw, right? It only cuts about halfway across. I love it, but there's a better way, right? Didn't think of it. I mean, you see, we're almost done with all these boards on the backside, but I have the circular saw. So same thing, right? Again, we're going for 8-foot boards here. I know you get tired of me saying it's still precision. I can still cut a straight line with this circular saw almost as well as I can with the circular saw, having to flip it upside down. So what I'm doing now is I'm squaring off this end, then I'll measure my 8 feet to that end, and we'll just keep on going. But cut out a couple different steps where I don't have to keep flipping the board over. So that's what we're doing. Helps if it's plugged in. There we go. This might make a little more sense here in a second. We only went 3/4 of the way up, about, well, 8 feet up. We got 4 feet more to go on the top. We're gonna use this clear plastic to cover the top, just so we have some natural light coming in, because we're not gonna have any electricity to this, maybe ever, but definitely not in the near future. So I had to do an experiment first, because I've never had to cut this plastic in half before. So what do we do first? Circular saw. And there you go, you can see, that's not the move. All right, circular saw is not the move there. It just shredded it. It cut it, it cut right through it. That's for darn sure, but it had shrapnel pieces going everywhere. So what are we gonna use? You got it, tin snips. I know, this is plastic, not tin, but it cuts through it like butter. So I'm gonna just measure this out 4 foot, because they're 8-foot lengths. I'll measure my 4 foot, make my mark all the way across, and then we'll just cut this bad boy in half. So let's get that done so we can get these things hung up. Wind's starting to kick up a little, it might work in our favor, but here you see what I'm talking about, right? So we cut these, we're gonna sit that bad boy right there. We got room at top, room at the bottom, a couple of screws. This might be a no gloves kind of adventure right here. And then the same screws we use on the roof. Here. There you go, easy breezy. And then once we close up these battens here, then we'll put a face sheet on this too, a 3-inch batten horizontally to cover up the bottom of this. So let's move it back to the other camera. We'll throw it back on fast forward or whatever it's called again, and we'll finish this up hopefully here in the next few minutes. So there you go, friends. That's going to be it for today. Mother Nature says no more, no mas. Plus, I'm tired. We've been up here. We drove up this morning. We've been working for about 6 hours, and it's time to quit. But you see, we got all the battens up. We need to fix the where the plastic and the board and batten meet. I'm going to put one of those 3-inch battens across there just to help clean that up a little, and then maybe peel those stickers off. I don't know. Might just let Mother Nature take those off for us. And then, like I said, down here at the bottom, yep, that's a big old gap. That's at least a foot gap down there at the bottom. But we're going to backfill on the inside so we can level that out. I'm tired of twisting my ankle inside the pole barn. So we'll cut those bottoms off. We'll backfill that one of these days. It's not going to be anytime soon. And then we'll have a nice level floor in there. So that's what we got. So, as always, absolutely blessed for us to be able to do this, for us to be able to come up here, have our health, and learn the knowledge from YouTube usually on how to do this kind of stuff, and then to share it with you. So thank you again for coming along with us on our journey up here at Watavue Mountain. It's absolutely, we're blessed, truly blessed. So thanks again. Right up here, probably going to post another video, so make sure you check that video out. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit the little bell icon if you like what we're doing here. That bell icon will tell you when we're posting new videos. We try to do one every couple weeks. So as always, thanks for coming, thanks for checking us out, and be safe. We'll see you next time.